Hi everyone, welcome back to Spill the Tea. I'm your host Megan, and I'm joined here with Ralph, Malyn, and a new friend. This is Tommy. Say hi to the fans, Tommy.
Hello, hi friends. Hi.
And today we are going to be exploring astrology. I know that this is a bit of, let's say, not controversial, but people are a bit divided on kind of the impacts of astrology or whether or not astrology is real.
You believe it or you don't.
I love astrology just because it's fun. But, you know, our other hosts may have a few other words to say about that, if anyone wants to share.
I think it's absolute BS. No, I'm not going to deny the fact that it's a fun thing. Like, you know, people kind of compare stuff, read stuff. It's a cool, like, little, like, I don't know. It makes the day. It makes the kind of like get to know each other interesting. But at the same time, I don't buy into it because I don't buy into the fact that you're letting something else outside of your control dictate who you are as an individual.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I just don't buy into that. It's really like a cool little thing. And sometimes the stuff I'm gonna say it's a guess because you shape who you are. And this is me. Again, this is one person's perspective. I just think it's absolutely
Well, see, this is how I see it. I kind of see it almost like any other personality test is how I view the astrology. If you kind of look at it like that, then of course it's not going to like dictate every little thing you do. I think it becomes problematic when that's all you live by and you let it define who you are without going outside of the bounds of astrology.
For sure.
Like you're letting it bound you to just that small aspect of your life.
I think that's what I haven't liked about astrology is when people use it as an excuse. Like, oh, I'm that way because I'm this sign. Or people judge people because of their sign right off the bat without ever getting to know them.
Yeah, that's a bit cringe.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you're taking that a little too far.
Yeah.
And so, but other than that, like I said, I agree with it. It's kind of a fun little thing. And I mean, just spouting this off, somebody's going to say, well, he's probably some sort of a sign that's stubborn. And
so
I read your chart, and that is very true. No, to Ralph. So great little foreshadowing there.
Yeah. Well, let's just start with Ralph's chart then.
Yeah. Before we read our charts, maybe we should dive into what we're kind of looking at first.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of like placements on your chart, but the main ones we're going to be looking at today are sun, moon, and rising, also known as the big three.
Nice.
If you didn't already know, we're going to give a little explanation. So the sun, the sun highlights overarching themes in our life. The moon represents our innermost self and our emotions, and our rising sign is kind of our face or mask that we present to other people. It's just kind of your outward self rather than your inward self. So who wants to start first? Ralph? Perfect. Okay, let's just go to my
put
friends.
me in the hot seat. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
So Ralph,
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
a Libra sun, a Virgo moon, and a Taurus rising. How do you feel about that?
I have no clue.
Yeah, he has no idea what that means.
I have no clue.
Okay, well, since your
Educate me.
sun is in Libra, it means that you are fundamentally oriented towards fairness and justice. You have an always generous relativism that allows you to see both sides of every situation, although this may sometimes come off as indecisive or insecure. Okay. You frequently question yourself and rethink your views, and you're more impressionable than you appear. They do what they say and can get a lot done, typically well-dressed.
That's true.
All right, so that is
I'm
for
gonna
your
start dressing
sun.
down just to like, no, this will prove this wrong.
Your moon, however, your moon is in Virgo, and it means that your emotional self is analytical, responsible, and pacifying. It says you're a bundle of nerves and struggle with the need to be pure that may come out in a self-sacrificing or nitpicky tendencies. I can very much relate to that. You can... Oh, it looks like we're compatible. For that one.
Hey.
Let's see. Let's check out your rising. I don't know if it'll give me a little read on your rising, but I can just kind of tell you about your rising. You're a Taurus rising. So, like I said, Tauruses can be a bit stubborn, just kind of like stereotypically. You're typically pretty easygoing, and yeah, I mean, there's not really like any negatives to me as a Virgo, so.
You're analyzing me as a Virgo.
As a Virgo.
Any thoughts? Any surprises?
I don't know. Like that was a lot of information. Like
That was a lot of information.
thrown. I mean, Malyn, you know me pretty well.
Yeah, I think whenever we look at Libra signs, because that's your sign, and we look at the horoscopes or like the description of it, I think we always find that you don't always relate to everything about a Libra, because a lot of it is like, oh, indecisiveness, but then Ralph is pretty decisive actually. So
Yeah, that's the one thing that I kind of like.
yeah,
question.
you know, and I know like that's a huge thing for some Libra personalities, you know.
or undecisive.
Yeah.
Is it the whole scales thing? Because
I
I know
don't know.
Libras are scales, right?
I think that's
It's like
the scales have to do more with balance.
Balance,
Yeah.
balance.
Mm-hmm.
Balance.
And I think
Balance.
Libras are usually like stereotypically like outgoing, and like people are drawn to them essentially, I
They're
guess.
fun
Do you feel that way?
I don't feel like I'm outgoing at all. I'm kind of a hermit, and I don't know if people are drawn to me because I'm a hermit. So I just
Oh, period. When's your
Oh.
birthday?
I think you're
October 12th.
October 12th.
Oh,
Okay.
I
So
think-
you're very much a Libra.
Goes to their chart.
Oh.
Yeah. So you
Well,
can-
yeah, I can see his at the top of his chart
Yeah.
here, but
It gives a better description. Of
oh, it does. It does.
Ascendant in Taurus.
Let's see. Oh, mine doesn't give a description.
Oh.
Maybe yours does.
Okay. It says his ascendant is in Taurus, meaning they come across as highly attuned to practical and material matters. And that same materiality gives people the impression that they are reliable, settled, sensible, and deliberate, though sometimes stubborn.
What did I say about the stubborn?
Wow.
What did I say
It
about
is
the
in his
stubborn?
chart.
Hey, you guys are the pros.
It's
Okay?
in
This
his
is like, a lot
chart.
of this is like maybe the second time I'm hearing this.
Okay. We're also like all using CoStar
Yeah.
right now. Not sponsored. We're just all using it. So-
Unless you want to sponsor us, CoStar, then that's cool. Hey, you know what? We
Do
got
they
a
do
pro here.
that?
Megan is a
I
pro
don't
at
know.
this. So
Disclaimer, not everything that I say is 100% fact check, so do your own research. But
yeah, do your own
yes,
research.
do your own research.
That's fair.
But hey, CoStars, like a lot of our team is on it. So
Yeah. No.
It just cracks me up because I remember we downloaded this a long time
yeah,
ago.
because
and-
everyone had it.
Yeah, and then people would look at this. Oh, we don't get along today, so we can't be around each other. I'm like, oh my god.
Oop.
It was so-
Yeah.
So
So
that's like one of the experiences you had that like that turned you off from astrology.
I wouldn't say it's one of many,
Ah.
but that's not just like the only one. It's just the idea of it. Just
Gotcha.
you know, just
Okay.
using it as kind of a I am this way because
Yeah.
of the stars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
I'm-
Well, okay. So in terms of Ralph and I's relationship,
Sure.
literally Ralph and I are in every horoscope, Chinese zodiac, every astrology, like anything, we're like the complete opposite on.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Like everything.
Really?
We're literally the complete opposite personality types. Every personality test, every horoscope, every like all the signs, we're just like total opposite on. So we're like never compatible, like
Yeah.
truly compatible, according to all of these charts and tests and whatnot.
Isn't it like the whole thing where it's like opposites attract?
Yeah, I mean that holds true, I guess, for us because
yeah.
we're literally opposites, on
Opposites,
everything.
but it doesn't say we're compatible.
Yeah.
We work well together, so.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have a
I think
choice.
we balance each other out pretty
Yeah.
well.
I mean, you also
Yeah.
say you don't relate to a lot of things in your chart as well, so
That's true.
that
That's
could
true.
contribute to it.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next in my chart. So my big three is my sun is in Pisces. So I'm a Pisces. My moon is in Gemini. And then what is my rising again? Oh, Libra rising. There you go. So that's where I relate to Ralph there.
The
See,
Libra.
there's that connection.
Yeah, I'm a
you
Libra
go.
rising.
Interesting.
Hmm.
What does that mean when you're Libra rising?
So that's my mask, or that's what I present to the world, to other
Yeah.
people, is the Libra like personality.
Approachable, outgoing. Typically,
That's your facade.
That's
That's
my
your
faca-
mask.
That's my facade, but you are a true Libra.
yeah, that's what you are inside.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Oh, so basically you're just showing him off then, as in like.
I'm just mirroring him.
Like you know him, so you're just bringing him out. By
There you go.
being
The
you.
balance,
Okay,
guys.
there you go.
Balance.
Is that how it works? Somebody
I
really
have no
please
idea.
I'm learning as we go.
I don't know,
As we go.
Typically, if you have like a similar sign in your big three to another person, then you can generally relate to them on some level.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's emotionally, inwardly, outwardly,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Should I go into my big three?
Yes, let's do it.
So my big three, I'm a Virgo sun, I'm a Scorpio moon, and I'm a Capricorn rising.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I feel like I identify pretty well with my chart. I hope others would say the same, but I don't know. Virgo, I understand because I feel like I'm pretty meticulous and not like judgmental sometimes, but like in a way to like improve my environment. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. I want things to go right in my way.
Oh.
So I guess in kind of like a control freakish way. But
Okay.
yeah, just like personally. Scorpio, that's for, I don't know, as a moon sign, I feel like that's just kind of like a moodier sign. Like for Scorpio, I've read that you kind of keep your emotions in and it kind of like bottles up. You don't really like put them out very much. So I guess I relate to that. Capricorn rising. Capricorns are usually like go-getters and they're the type of people that you think are like gonna be your boss someday. And I don't know, I'd say like I'm pretty leadership driven and that's how I identify myself with that.
You have a boss girl vibe to you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. And I feel like that goes like well with my Virgo because like the Capricorn wants to be a boss and the Virgo is gonna manage it basically. So
what's the Virgo again?
Virgos are usually they're stereotypically like organized, nitpicky, judgmental. So in a sense, yes, I see myself that way. But
And I'm looking at your chart too. Your Mercury is also in Virgo, and that's how you communicate, talk, think, and process information. So it's very analytical, diligent, logical, clinical, nitpicky.
yeah, I feel like I follow logic mostly, like head versus heart. I feel like I'm more of a head person. Yeah.
Also, it says when your Mercury is in Virgo, you tend to be a planner. Is that true?
Definitely a planner. I plan like years in advance.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well,
I have
yeah,
my
we know
whole life
that.
planned
We
out.
kinda know that. Vinny, if you're listening to this, she's got plans.
I got plans for everything. Okay, Tommy, let's go into yours. All right, because I know I said I had comments, but Tommy, you are an Aquarius sun, a Pisces moon, and a Capricorn rising. Okay, so I said that was interesting because we're extremely compatible.
Okay.
We have the same rising sign, so we see each other there. We're career driven. We're motivated.
Yeah.
Pisces and Scorpio are the best combination there can be. Okay.
Okay.
It's two ends of like an emotional spectrum, basically. Like
That balance.
yeah, like Scorpios hide it in, and Pisces are very outward with it. Aquarius, though, I don't know. I don't really deal with many Aquarius because Aquarius. I feel like Aquarius and Virgo differ because Virgo needs a plan, and Aquarius are known to be free spirited.
That is
so I
true.
feel like that's where we kind of clash, basically.
Yeah. No, it's funny that you bring that up because like when you said you planned in like years in advance, I was like, didn't even plan tomorrow or like tonight.
But yeah, in that way, I feel like we are compatible because
we,
like I said, like balance each other
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
like
yeah.
you could learn from me and I could learn from you.
Gotcha.
How to, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Or
not
we
be
could
so
do-
serious.
So what you're saying is I found a really good intern for you.
Okay, yeah. For sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, day 2 on the job.
Day
and
two.
you're learning
Day
so
two.
much.
So much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whew. Yeah.
What do you think of your signs? Or
What do I think
what do you
about
think
my
of your
signs?
chart?
I'm definitely free spirited.
Party animal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you very social?
I am very
Yeah,
social.
see?
I love talking to people. I love
Nice.
talking to people.
Yeah.
The Pisces part I can really agree with too because like when I feel something I have to like talk about it because if it bothers me it's gonna bother me for a while and it's like I can't think of the next thing if I don't talk to somebody about it.
Interesting.
I think that's why you like astrology, though.
Yeah.
Because most
like-
guys aren't that into astrology, but I think because your moon is in Pisces, that this is interesting to you because you do have to talk about your feelings. And that's kind of like a lot of what astrology is too. It's kind of in your feelings a lot, you know.
Ralph is so excited to be talking about this right now.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, that's the thing. I'm just not in my feelings a lot, right?
That's why he doesn't like this.
I'm in my headspace a lot more often than I am in my heart space. So
that's fair.
It's just, if it doesn't add up, I'm just not. I don't play with it too much.
Yeah, I think that's why we balance each other out. Kind of in the same way you guys might balance each other out, Megan and Tommy. It's because like my son is in Pisces. I'm a very emotional person. I'm very in touch with my feelings and emotions. And then Ralph is kind of on the more logical side. So he grounds me in that aspect. But then I pull more of like the feelings out of him a bit more too.
And it's a definite pull.
Pull?
Yeah, she's got to just like really just
like
freaking yank it out of there.
Yank it out.
So what are you feeling today? Nothing.
It's that stoic. Well, I mean, it's the whole idea of stoicism because there's even it's like there's a lot of things that would bother me. Yeah. And I think I've talked about this in our other podcasts. Like I have conversations in my head, right? Like with myself. Yeah. And I literally tell myself, "What are you gonna do? Cry about it?" No, I'm not gonna cry about it. What can I do to fix it? What am I going to do to make this better? So I don't get into the emotional aspect of things. Yeah.
Because you know how like a lot of people talk about your inner voice and the conversation dialogue when you have with yourself, and like a lot of what people need is like, hey, you need to be kinder to yourself and nicer to yourself, and the way that you talk to yourself needs to be like the same way you would talk to others, right? Because we're our own harshest critic. And Ralph is over here like, no, get your shit together right now. That's his inner dialogue.
I fall guilty to that too. Like I'll be too hard. I'll be too hard on myself, and then I look back on when I'm too hard on myself. I'm not like, oh, I didn't have to like do that to myself basically, but it's already been done. Right. And it helps me complete things and like progress, but was it worth it?
Yeah, but here's the thing though, like I fire myself on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fire yourself
Ralph
on a regular
enjoys
basis.
So here's what happens in my head when I mess up on, because we're human, right? We're gonna I mess up on a lot of things. Like one day I only paid Megan like $34.
I remember
like,
that.
Long story, right? In my head, whenever I mess up big enough, when I mess up something big enough, I have a conversation with my head. So I'm looking at myself and saying, hey, you're fired. You effed that up. You're done. You're out of here. You didn't behave well. You didn't pull that off. You're not performing. You're done. And then I hire a better version of me. So what happens is I don't have any other choice but to perform better. And as soon as that version of me no longer performs to my expectations and standards, I fire that version of me and hire a better version of me.
And it's nothing personal.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. So I don't take it personal that I fire myself.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
No, that's cool. I like that way of thinking. Okay.
It's kind of messed up too. I tell people like I fire myself on a daily basis.
And they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Would you say you respond better to negative reinforcement then?
I don't see it as negative reinforcement. I see it as feedback.
No, I see that.
The way I look at it too is like I come from a martial arts background, right? Yeah. So if somebody punches you and you don't move out of the way and you get socked in the eye, you know what that's called aside from a black eye? That's called feedback. Right. That's feedback. That's you not moving out of the way. So if something happens negative, if some people consider it negative feedback,
struggle, challenge,
whatever.
Yeah.
I just consider it as I don't look at it as good or bad. I just look at it as feedback. It is what it is. Right. It's something I didn't do. What do I need to do to pivot? Yeah. Or how do I pivot to make this better?
Yeah. And we literally just talk about this in like another episode, but like how failure, right? Failure is only failure if you actually don't learn from it and do something about it, right? Because like if you just give up, then that's failure. But if you actually learn from it, and keep going, then that's not failure. It's just like another mistake. It's a learning opportunity. Yeah.
I think honestly, I think I'm just broken. I take things to heart without taking things personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's built different.
It's kind of weird. Like that's why I think I'm just not programmed like normal people.
Sure.
somewhere
different.
I just got programmed differently somehow. Like they must have missed a few like microchips here and there or something because it just the
It's like
things
it's
that
not adding
happen.
up.
No, the things that happen in here just
Yeah.
are just not like if people are negative towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't hit me the same way as other people do.
I feel like I'm like the emotional like translator for him.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
she is.
Ralph is firing himself, but Malyn is
Yeah.
putting her employee through therapy.
She's very nurturing.
Yes.
Right? She's like a mother like nurturing.
Yeah, okay.
See, this is
Nurture-
how we balance
nurture, I mean.
each
Nurture,
other
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm more of
He's
a
nature.
Yeah,
He's
it's
the
like
big
do or
grizzly
die.
bear.
He's the
Nature.
hurricane that comes in and
Okay.
swipes you off your feet, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that fit my astrology sign?
I guess so. I already forgot what yours was, so
Libra.
I'm not gonna lie. Libra, something. Oh, Virgo, Taurus. Libra, Virgo, Taurus.
The Taurus like stood out for me like the most because like this crazy that like because like I have like 3 other Taurus friends and they react the same exact way as you about astrology, the same exact, and that's why I thought it was so funny.
Maybe it's
I
a
would
Taurus
say,
thing.
Yeah, they're like it's not real, and I'm like okay.
I think where you're coming from with how you say that you fire yourself really connects with your Virgo like moon, because my Virgo is my sun, but your Virgo moon, so it's dealing with your emotions, and that's just saying that you're analytical, picky, and deliberate with your emotions, rather than, let's say, I'm a Scorpio, I'm burying my emotions. You know, you're not burying them. You're acknowledging them. But you're sorting through them. You're putting them in file folders, and
you know
You're
what?
organizing
I
them.
do compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Like I literally, whatever. If I feel a certain way,
Yeah.
I put it in a box and put it away.
yep. Hey, organize like a
How
Virgo.
do
there
you do
you
that?
go.
It's like whenever like my emotions like I feel something, it just comes out and it, like it kind of takes over and whatnot. And, like what I'm working on right now is like the stoicism stuff. And that's why it's like
That's the Pisces in you.
Can you guys
No,
explain
yeah.
that? What is this?
the stoicism. It's like it's basically like the huge thing of like discipline and whatnot. It's like you feel these certain things, but you know like you have to do like that doesn't matter what you feel. You still have to go to the gym.
It's a discipline.
Okay.
Of emotion.
No,
Okay.
I relate to that.
Dictionary.
Yeah.
Google. Here we go. The definition of stoicism.
Stoicism. Yeah.
Okay. The endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely see myself doing that
It's like a
because
very neutral.
I do that every single day.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's basically in my mind. I'm like, there are things that you're not gonna like. It's things that you have to do.
You have
like,
to do it. Yeah.
There's not like a workaround around it.
Just
Like
push through.
I'm waking up. I don't want to be up at 7 a.m. I have to go to school, and I'm gonna go to school. I
Right,
don't
yeah.
want to do my homework. I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No,
if you're not
yeah.
gonna do it, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fail?
Right.
Like-
no,
Like-
exactly.
Same exact.
Right?
What are you gonna do? Cry
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think for like people with Pisces in their charts, because Pisces is so ruled by emotions
Yeah.
that I get what you're saying.
It
Like
just-
it's hard to kind of like reel that in. So
Right.
like as like anyone with like Pisces in their chart, it's like you have to
Yeah.
learn how to navigate your emotions.
You do.
And
You do.
Kind of flow with your emotions a little bit and
Yeah.
kind of just like accept it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
learn how to like regulate your emotions.
Right.
I think that's a huge struggle for anyone like that's a Pisces.
I think
Yeah.
like one of my personal philosophies is if like there's a lot of people that don't like the criticism, the bad stuff, right? All they want is the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you don't want the bad stuff, you've got to be okay with not taking some of the good stuff either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
right.
think that's kind of like the idea of like just kind of being stoic about things, like not getting upset or like controlling or being mindful of how you're reacting
Yeah.
when you're not happy.
Yeah.
Also applies to being mindful of how you're reacting when you are happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
staying
Right.
within that neutral ground of like, not bouncing off walls when you're happy
Yeah.
and then not just crying a river when you're upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of staying neutral.
Very neutral.
I
It's
think
like,
that's
oh,
kind of
there's
where I play in, and it's
Yeah.
just there's
No,
very
that's a
few
good
things that
idea.
get me
Yeah.
really. A lot of people always think I'm upset. I'm just thinking,
Mm.
but there's few things that really get me upset, and there's very few things that make me like just ecstatic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, most of the time we're just grinding away
Yeah.
and working at it.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I know for me, like bringing in more of the logical aspects helps that out too. Like you were saying, like
Oh no. Yeah.
just thinking about like what's fact, what's reality kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because like if we're talking about science, and I know like one of the things about being a Pisces is like you're like out there like floating in the air almost, like you're not necessarily grounded because there's a lot of like in your head, imaginative, creative,
the dreamer.
yeah, dreamer, right? So like incorporating more of the logical like statements to me and more of the logical facts around feelings helps ground me, and I think that helps a lot too.
Yeah.
Because as a Pisces, you do with a lot of emotions and feelings, you do get into this dreamy state. You can really go off the deep end here and really like,
you
and
can really go far.
and with feelings, you can literally like dig yourself into a deeper hole. So
Yeah.
you gotta like prevent yourself from
I think where this whole like astrology stuff comes in really handy is if there are some things that it says about you that you like or dislike, it allows you to either amplify it or work on those things that
For
you
sure.
don't like about yourself. So I think that it does come in. It's like, I still think that it's just kind of, you know what I mean? But like, it's just, it does come in handy. It is pretty helpful, I think.
Definitely.
It can be.
That's great. Yeah. They can like dumb it down a little bit. Some of it's like kind of like really complicated. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't get it.
Well, there's so many like different planets, and then
Yeah,
it talks about like, okay, what happens in this planet, and I don't know. There's a lot of different layers to it. There's a lot of different places in your chart, even. So it's really like it is really complicated. I think that's why the big three is like really popular.
Yeah. It's good to just focus on. Once you get that down, then you can venture outwards. But like you said, there's a lot to it. But yeah.
So I mean, like we're all Asian here too. Like you know, I mean, there's also our Chinese zodiacs.
That is true.
Oh my gosh! Even our Chinese zodiac, Ralph and I are not compatible.
Wait, so what are you?
What are your
Yeah, what
guys'
is it?
animals?
I'm like a sheep, ram,
Oh, is that okay? Is
or
that the same as a goat?
or goat. Yeah,
The
yeah.
goat?
There you go.
Yeah.
I forget which
yeah.
ones like they go by. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You're an ox then.
I'm an ox.
yeah, Ralph's an ox.
That's why I don't eat oxtail. I'm not a cannibal like that. You
I
know?
love
He
oxtail.
literally says that every time I have like oxtail.
Shit, like you want something like, no, I don't eat my own kind.
Yeah, interesting. This guy.
Oh,
I'm a
that's so
snake.
crazy. You're a
Oh.
snake?
Yeah, I'm a snake.
Oh, shoot. My little sister's a snake. I'm a tiger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
We're all
I'm a tiger.
different.
We're all different. Yeah.
I don't know anything about the compatibility.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't really know
no.
much
These,
about
but
that either. Yeah.
The only time I ever check is at the beginning of the year when it's a new
Yeah.
new year.
Oh.
Like, Happy New Year. Give me
Yeah.
money.
Like this year is the year of the rabbit. So it's supposed to be
Yes.
like a pretty good year overall for most people, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
My year's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
No. Yeah. I think about. You know, Nick was like one of the Tauruses, and he's also an ox, and I think that's really funny. And he's another person that's like astrology. It's like,
Interesting.
So you're
connection.
just surrounded by people.
yeah, no, because like these people, like they ground me too. It's like I'm like like how I imagine it. It's like I'm a balloon that's like drifting away, and then you have to pull me back.
Yeah.
It's like drifting away, and then you have to continuously do it. But I'm
You're
trying
an
to like.
you're an
stay.
air sign.
No,
so
yeah, right. Oh my
You need an earth sign.
So what's
Yeah.
that?
Bring you back down
What's
to
that
earth.
all about? Like the
Oh,
signs,
yeah.
the elemental signs.
I don't think there's not like much to it. I don't think like the way I see it is just kind of like how you would perceive as like the regular elements, like the like air signs, like you said, it's like free flowing and
All
you
over
don't
the
really
place.
know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, just going with the flow.
Yeah. Earth signs are grounded.
Grounded.
They're known to be
Yeah.
grounded. Fire signs are
Passionate.
in the name, passionate. Yeah,
Yeah.
fiery.
Yeah.
Water signs are kind of, I don't want to say
Fluid?
wish-washy, but like,
yeah.
They're fluid.
yeah,
They're
they're
fluid,
fluid.
yeah.
They have
Yeah.
fluid emotions.
Yeah.
They like
Emotional, nurturing.
Yeah.
That's me, guys. Intuitive.
Are you a water
imaginative. Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Pisces.
I'm a water sign.
You're an
for
air
sure.
sign.
I'm an air sign.
Wait, yeah.
Libra? Wait, is Libra
Oh.
fire?
Yeah,
I don't know.
air.
I thought he was
Yeah,
He's an
Libra's
air.
You're an air sign.
I'm an
an
air
earth
sign.
sign.
It's funny because he's an air sign, but like I ground him in different ways, and he grounds
Yeah.
me in different ways.
In what ways though? What do you mean by that?
Like emotionally,
Okay.
that's where his logical side I think helps ground me.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
think
That makes sense.
in terms of like intellectually and like ideas, vision, kind of like the direction we go in, that's where I ground him and like, okay, here's what realistically we can actually do.
That's true.
Work wise.
I'm the visionary person in the work, and then you make things happen, and you're the one that tells me no, that can't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Yeah. Because in personal life, I'm the one who's kind of like more like out there. Right.
Yeah.
And like he needs to ground me. And then in work life, he's the one with like the lofty ideas.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Lofty, airy.
I dream.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Floaty.
Big goals. Big
Yeah.
goals.
Are you slowly beginning to believe? A little bit.
Has this episode
Nope.
converted you?
Though I am learning. I'm enjoying this. This is fun,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it. It's a good learning experience.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
But I wanted to be a firebender. I did not want to be an airbender.
Sorry, you're an airbender.
He always
I
wants
have
to be
Earth.
fire.
Come on. All right. I got the worst one.
Earth is cool.
The
I mean, you got, like,
worst.
metal.
Earth
Airbending's
bending.
cool.
Grounded, practical,
Nah.
down to earth.
Down to-
Boring. No, I love being an Earth sign. I'm talking about like an Earthbender. Okay.
Got you.
Uh.
Got you. Actually, I don't mind being a waterbender, but like I'm also
Yeah, you're not lucky.
I'm like it's weird because I'm terrified of water, but I also love water. If that makes
Depends on the
any
kind of
sense.
water.
Well, what are you terrified about water? What's so scary about water?
Like I'm gonna drown. It's gonna like suffocate
Like the
me, and
sharks
just like
and stuff.
like I don't know. Like it's just gonna like a big giant
Yeah.
wave is gonna come around, and I'm just gonna die.
And just,
Like I'm just
give
gonna be
up.
I'm just gonna be drowned and overwhelmed by the
Yeah.
ocean. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Are you also afraid of like the unknown of the ocean? Like
Maybe, but I think it's like the overwhelming like mass of the ocean, of the water. You know.
So you're scared of the dark too?
Yeah.
When you're a kid? No?
Actually, yeah, I was.
oh, maybe the next episode we can go into our like biggest fears.
Oh man.
Biggest fears.
Got one
We're
lined
gonna
up.
get real.
All right. We bring a bag of cheese here for Megan.
To be continued.
Yeah, phobia right there.
That's
Or
great.
phobia.
Until the next episode.
Bye
Thanks, guys.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.